Great day, everyone. Jereshia here. I'm an income strategist, and I support clients with teaching them simple strategies to sell their services online. And this is day 6 of my Facebook Live challenge. I'm supposed to be doing a video a day. Life happens. So here we are with day 6. But today I wanted to chat about, as I was just thinking, like, what can I talk about on Facebook Live today? I think sometimes we get so caught up and focused on what goal do we want to achieve next, or what thing do we want to accomplish next. We're always thinking about what's next. Our head is always down, working hard in the books or in your laptop or in whatever. And I think we forget that there was a day when we used to pray for what we have now. And I just think it's really important. At least I was having this moment of gratitude when I was walking the dog. Probably can see him bouncing around. But I was just thinking, what the things I used to pray for, I actually have been blessed with, and I have today. I remember, just 2 years ago, I was still working in corporate America. I was an engineer. I was on this amazing career track. I loved my job, but I was living in a really crappy apartment. Mainly because I was not used to making as much money as I was making in my corporate job. So I wanted to save and stack up and, do the responsible thing when you first start making some more money. But I was living in this really crappy apartment. I had a decent car that I had paid for cash back in college. I was just living I was living a comfortable lifestyle, but it wasn't anything extravagant. And I remember in my journal 2 years ago, on my vision board is where it started. I put on my vision board all the things that I desired to have. I wanted to have enough time to even have a dog. I wanted a dog for years, but never had it. I didn't have the time. I was working like crazy, had these super long commutes. There's no way I would have been able to have a dog. And I'm I want to be in a healthy relationship and be dating. And that wasn't working out that great 2 years ago. I'm I want to be living in a floor to ceiling high-rise apartment with floor to ceiling windows in a downtown area. I put all these things on my vision board. I had set out these income goals where I was running a 6-figure business and able to tithe and give back at a larger capacity. And I just remember, I caught myself this morning because I was getting a little bit overwhelmed and frustrated as I was working on some Q4 planning and 2019 planning. And I just had to look up for a moment and just realize Jereshia, snap back. You used to pray for all of these things and you've been blessed with them. I understand that we're, go-getters and we are overachievers and we are pushing ourselves to continue to excel. But I just think it's really important for us to take a moment and pause and just look back at how far we have come. I never would have dreamed this lifestyle possible. And everything that was on my vision board came to life, which is kind of crazy. I have the golden doodle dog. I'm living in the apartment. I have the windows. I'm financially stable and comfortable. I have a lot of money in my savings account that's, I have a good cash cushion. I have all of these things I used to pray for. And I just think that sometimes we can lose sight of how far we have come. Hey, everyone. Hi, Shelly. Hey, Nia. Hi, Sadine. Hey, Kelly, Takora, Lila. So I just wanted, to use today's video to just encourage you to take a moment to pause. As we're rolling into Q4 and getting ready for 2019, take a moment to just pause and reflect and look back at how far you have come. Look back at the things that you used to pray for, that you've been blessed with and that you have now. All of these things, and they're internal, they're external things. I used to pray for having a deeper relationship with God. I got baptized this year. I used to pray for having a better relationship, and actually knowing how to pray was something I used to pray for. I'm feeling a little bit more confident in that area. There's so much. And I think especially in being in business, and you're trying to gain momentum and you're trying to hit these milestones and these markers that you put down in your journals and in your notebooks, we can just forget how far we've come. We can forget about the progress we've made, and not just forget about it. I think it's maybe we recognize it, but maybe we just don't take the time to celebrate it and to really be proud of ourselves for how far we have come. Nia, I know she's on right now. She is one that, that comes to mind. Like, Nia, you're so near and dear to my heart. I met Nia about a year ago now, and we've been working together, and it's like, it took maybe 6 to like 9 months or so for her to really nail down her offer. And I know there's been times where, that can be a little bit frustrating, because it's like, I thought that I should have had this figured out by now. Like, this is what I've been feeling and what I've been trying to convey all this time. And now it's actually clicking to my audience. And it's just like, maybe sometimes I think maybe we don't take a moment to like pause and reflect, because we put these timelines on how fast these things should happen and how fast we should be achieving these goals. And we forget that we're the ones that created that timeline. Like, we're the ones that created these pressured filled deadlines. Like, we are also allowed to redefine, what that time takes for us to get there. And, I just think that we should celebrate that every moment and every step along the way. So like, yeah, Nia's been killing it, guys. She is a career alignment coach. She specializes in helping, career professionals who've been in their career for 3 or 4 years, who have a college degree, with finding that unicorn job, that job that you really don't believe exists, that job that gives you that entrepreneurial freedom, but still gives you that structure and stability of the corporate 9 to 5. But gives you that freedom so you can work on whatever your passion project is. And, that took 9 months to figure out. But like, that's, I just think that we used to pray for that. Like, that's why you joined the program, was like figuring these things out, laying a solid foundation for your business. And like, we've arrived. So I just want to encourage you guys today to just, take a moment, maybe pop in the comments right now and tell me like, what's something that you used to pray for, that you have and that you've been blessed with today. What is something you used to pray for, you used to like not even imagine maybe it was possible for you to have, that you have today. And just take a moment to reflect on that. I'd love for you guys to share that, in the comments, and just share what are the things you used to pray for that you've been blessed with. But Laura said it took me years to arrive where I am. Like, I think I don't know. I just think that we don't do a good enough job celebrating and appreciating the journey. We can just be so head down and hustle, and I got to get to this next goal and achieve this next thing, that we just don't take a moment to look up and like, look at how much we've been blessed with. Look at how much we currently have. And I just know every day I wake up and I look around my home, and like, I just look at my lifestyle, look at my friend circles. I used to pray for having I used to pray for this, y'all, that having a good girlfriend circle. Like, I was always fearful of the day I would get married, because I'm like, who are gonna be my bridesmaids? I'm gonna just be up there on the altar by myself. He's gonna have all these friends, and I'm gonna be this loner. Like, that was something I prayed for, and like, I have an abundance now of just amazing female relationships in my life. I used to pray for the day when I'd meet my mom, and that happened. Like, there's just so much I think we pray for that we just don't take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate and just be grateful for. So that's what I encourage you guys to do today. Like I said, I used to pray that hubby would work with me, and we're coming up on 2 years, quit his 9 to 5 anniversary. Woohoo! That's super cool, Lila. There's so much stuff. So, I know like this may be a tough season for you, or maybe you're just not achieving and accomplishing your goals as fast or in the way that you want to. Or maybe everything is going fine. Like, maybe life is dandy in your world, but just want to encourage you just to take a moment and pause and reflect, and just look at how far you've come and celebrate how far you've come. And just be grateful for all that you've been blessed with, because there's just so much we used to pray for that we have today. So that's what I got for you guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow in day 7 of my live streams. Have a good night, everyone.